my brother. I have an issue right now. He's a brother, literally. Talk to DOYIN. How many times I told you? You kiss me for what? I'm not going to harassment. Take me out. I did nothing to you. So take me out. Take me out.
Bring your damn talking.
Take me out.
You fucking leave.
No, I have to make it. Take me out.
She doesn't deserve this. But even if she's supposed to be here.
Alex, sorry.
If she's supposed to be here. No, please, I don't want sympathy for anybody.
My God. Guys, last night was insane. Hey! Guys, I saw violence. I saw drama. I became confused. See, where do I even begin to tell you what happened? Where do I even start from? See, it was as though these housemates were possessed with something. I don't know. It was like everybody had a thirst for fight. It was like everybody, after consuming alcohol at the party, it was like they became thirsty for something else. Like they became thirsty for highlight. They became thirsty for war, to fight, to rip each other apart. Because I just did not understand how everything was just from one fight to another, from one fight to another. Guys, it was just spreading like wildfire. It was spreading so fast. The one that really got me, the one that really triggered my emotions across all levels, was what had happened between Ilebaye and Venita. Guys, I'm going to be frank with you. What I saw, what I watched live and direct on my TV was the highest level of intimidation, the highest level of bullying, the highest level of goading. Ladies and gentlemen, see, if Venita could sit on Ilebaye's head, she would have done that last night, because she actually did something really close to that. Imagine standing on Ilebaye's bed. Like, it was like Ilebaye, like, guys, it was like she was literally going to sit on that girl's head. Guys, that was the highest level of goading I witnessed in the early hours of this morning. All for what? Because Ilebaye fought back? I mean, Venita was literally trying to stifle this girl from venting out her frustrations about her situation with Neo. But all Venita was doing was telling her, shh, don't talk about this person. Don't talk about that person. This person does not want to be talked about. Don't talk about that. And then for Neo, oh, he's my brother. Don't talk about him. Go and talk to your friend. What the hell? So every other person in that house can actually express themselves, but Ilebaye cannot? How? Why? When then? Like, really? Guys, no. Biggie, please. That was not even the half of it, guys. The ugly side to all of that drama was watching the rest of the housemates just sticking around, hanging around. Guys, they were just waiting. What were they waiting for? They were waiting for Ilebaye to react, to bounce back. Because last night, what Venita was doing to Ilebaye was literally infringing on her personal space, caging her in. And you know what happens when you chase a dog to the wall? What happens is, when there's nowhere else for the dog to run to, it chases after you to bite, to strike as well. So that was exactly what Venita was doing last night. She was going for the kill. She was going for a physical reaction from Ilebaye. Ilebaye was highly triggered, highly upset. Venita was also upset, but it seemed like she was more in control of herself. Of course, she's more mature in this game. So it seemed like she was more in control of herself and the situation. All she just needed Ilebaye to do was to bounce back and push. Or probably strike her face, probably with a slap or a punch. And the rest of the housemates, they were aware of that. And guess what? They all stood around. Some of them were hanging by the door. Guys, it looked like a gang-up situation. all I could think of was a high school situation where a kid is being bullied by the school's biggest bully, and the rest of the other kids, it's not like they cannot do anything about it, but they just want to see some action first before they step into the situation to calm everybody's nerves. Guys, hi! See, at that point in time, I became scared for Ilebaye. You know why? Because what that scenario portrayed was the wish of most of the housemates in Big Brother's house. And what that means is, if Ilebaye had gotten physical with Venita, Venita would not touch her. Venita is too experienced for that. Venita wouldn't touch her. Venita will stand and receive the slap or the punch or the push or whatever. You know why? Because she'll be expecting Ilebaye to get disqualified or to receive multiple strikes. And then afterwards, Mercy had dragged Venita to the toilet, so that she could calm down. And Venita was really enraged. Guys, you could tell, you could see. She was literally hitting the toilet wall. And then she started crying. And I understood why she was crying. She was crying out of the frustration that she could not really do what was on her mind. Or probably for any other reason, I don't know. But she was crying. But guess what? Her tears did not really move me, because what I saw last night seemed really intentional. She was aiming for a result, all in the guise of, I care about you, Ilebaye. I care about you, Ilebaye. Even the conversation that Venita had with Soma, ladies and gentlemen, it was right there. See, a lot happened last night though. And I'm going to be giving you multiple videos today on all of it. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with this one. On this video, I'm going to tell you all about it. So please make sure you watch to the end of this video. Do not skip out on any part. And let me put this disclaimer out there. I know that a lot of people are going to come onto this video in their feelings and say, oh, Glory, if Ilebaye is your favorite, you're supporting Ilebaye, blah, blah, blah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving you the analysis the way it unfolded. All right, and I'm going to share with you my own personal opinion, which I'm already doing. So if you have a contrary opinion, it's fine. All right, it's all right for people to have different opinions. Okay, all right, let's quickly get into it. And you're officially welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory Elijah, and I am the girl with the T. Yeah, please go ahead and subscribe if you are yet to do so. Just go ahead and do exactly what you see on your screen, all right? Now, quickly, let's proceed into the details of this conversation. Now, it all started right after the party. I already put out a video giving you all the details of what had earlier transpired between Neo, Uriel, and Ilebaye. Yes, guys, if you missed out on that video, watch this one and then go ahead and watch the other one as well. Now, Ilebaye was still upset. She was still upset that Neo was giving her multiple green lights in the house, but on the flip side, he was making it look like she was the one chasing him. And then she had earlier spoken with Uriel, but Uriel was tipsy and not just in her normal self. So she had gone ahead to have conversations with Angel, because it was actually on Angel's podcast that she and Neo at first met. And from what Angel said, she was already shipping both of them because she liked seeing both of them together. Now, Ilebaye was venting really hard, and that was where she mentioned that Neo, in apologizing to her, I think it was the other night after the whole Tolani wahala with her, and actually given her a bracelet to keep, and I told her to cherish it forever, like for all her life. Now, guys, the thing is, she herself did not even know if this guy was serious with her or not. But according to her, this guy was telling her things. And also mentioned that she had been told that Neo was in a relationship with someone that really mattered to her. Now, there's rumors that that person is actually Beauty. Yes, but guys, I'm not sure. I don't know what's happening between those two people. Yeah. So she had mentioned, right, that someone had told her that Neo was in a relationship with that person. And she had asked Neo, and Neo had told her that he was not in a relationship. He was just by himself. Hence the attention he was giving her in the house. So guys, according to Ilebaye, she felt like, okay, they probably had an understanding, and maybe the guy was trying to play games with her, and it was like they both knew what he was doing. So she was ready to play the same game that he was playing, that is shipping. Yes, because even the other night I had informed you all that Neo had gone to apologize to her about how Ilebaye had actually treated her in his room or in their room, and they had even had negotiations about cuddling, just platonic cuddling like that, for some money points coins. They were negotiating 50 coins or 20 coins. So for her, they had an understanding that, okay, we're going to play these couple games for the show. For her, she felt like Neo was leading her on, giving her the green light that, oh yes, they should go ahead and be a couple in the house, because he also told her, you know, in the process of their negotiations for cuddles, that I'm a jealous person, I do not share. And she was like, okay, fine. So when she had seen Neo having conversations with Uriel after the party, that was the reason she had gone to interrupt their conversations, you know, to like, oh, you said you don't share, what are you doing? So it wasn't like she was trying to reenact what had happened between herself, Ilebaye, and Neo the previous night. So she was telling all of these to Angel, and at some point, she was also saying this to DOYIN. Now, while she was speaking with Angel, there had been a situation with, involving a.k.a. There's going to be another video to explain all of that, but we're just going to focus on this particular drama. Ilebaye was still explaining all of these things in their room when all of a sudden, out of the blues, Neo had charged in to the room to come and, you know, confront her. Now, we did not see how it happened because there was an outbreak, but the moment, you know, we returned back to the house, what we saw was Ilebaye and Neo, you know, having a go at each other. Neo was literally very angry and, you know, shouting, hey, keep my name out of your mouth, blah, 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 blah. Stop telling people, blah, blah, blah. I did not talk to you. I did not make advances at you, blah, blah, blah. Ilebaye as well was really upset and shouting. Neo had stormed out to the garden and was really venting and shouting and just going on and on. Ilebaye as well, in her own right, was in the room also shouting. They were raining curses at each other, actually. Now, Venita came and was telling Ilebaye to remember that Neo is her brother, to not, you know, talk too much about the matter. Instead, she should talk to DOYIN. That was why I got really mad. Because I'm like, I don't understand. Your brother came to confront this girl. Both of them obviously have unfinished business. They have scores to settle. Their stories are not really adding up because Neo is saying one thing, Ilebaye is saying another thing. DOYIN is confirming parts of Ilebaye's story. Angel is also confirming parts of Ilebaye's story. Neo is saying something entirely different. Who do we believe? We do not know. Yes, both of them, they need to sort out their issue. And then you are coming in the name of the almighty Neo's cousin, Venita, or is it in the name of the class captain of Big Brother's house? I don't get it. Yes, or is it in the guise of, oh, I care about you, so because I care about you, Neo made you upset, don't be too angry at him, don't shout at him, instead talk to DOYIN the therapist. Like, guys, it just sounded so freaking ridiculous to me at that point in time. And that was exactly what triggered Ilebaye, because she was like, and so what? If he's your brother, and so what? Did you not see what he's saying to me? Did you not hear what he's saying to me? And that was where their issue started. Because Venita felt like, as the elder to Ilebaye, as someone that, you know, allegedly cares about Ilebaye in that house, as Neo's cousin, in other words, relative, family member, Ilebaye should not react. She should not talk at all. Instead, she should calmly, quietly talk to DOYIN. And guys, do you know what really triggered me the most? Was that earlier, when Ilebaye was having conversations about this whole thing with Angel, there was an issue with a.k.a. a.k.a. had said something, you know, derogatory about Mercy, and they had a go at each other. Ilebaye as well was upset that a.k.a. was throwing shades at Mercy because she sees that Mercy cares about her, always checking up on her. So she was explaining what had happened to Kidwire because Kidwire was there. And then Venita had come to Ilebaye to tell her, don't talk about Mercy. I'm telling you, don't talk about Mercy. Mercy does not like being talked about in this particular situation. Don't, like, guys, it was just very obvious that Venita just desperately wanted to, like, insert herself into that drama. Venita was really sourcing. She was really fishing for that drama. And that was what she got last night. She was desperately looking for that opportunity to be in the mix of that drama for her own highlight. And she got it. And guys, I was so pissed. I was so mad because, of course, Ilebaye was angry. She was highly triggered. As sure she was saying a lot of things, Venita too was saying a lot of things. And then before we knew it, it resulted into Ilebaye telling Venita to leave because she did not want to listen to anything Venita was saying. And that was where Venita started her goading. Okay, I'm not leaving. Kick me out yourself. I'm not leaving. And then she was following Ilebaye around. You see, yeah, it was the hypocrisy for me. The same thing that Venita was warning Alex about the day Alex had issues with CEECEE. Remember when CEECEE said, don't provoke me, and Alex was following CEECEE around and saying, or what, or you do what, or you do what. And Venita was like, that is provocation, that is goading, you should not be doing that. It was times 100 of that Venita dished out to Ilebaye last night. From the look of things, it seemed like there was a collective goal in that room. Almost all the housemates, guys, felt like there was a collective goal. And that goal was to get Ilebaye either disqualified or to catch a strike or two. Because guys, what happens when somebody infringes on your personal space? What happens when somebody is literally in your face, almost like outrightly crawling under your skin, almost sitting on top of your head? Because Ilebaye sat down on her bed and Venita was literally on like one archangel over her like this. Like, guys, that was the height of goading. And she continued and continued and continued. It was a bit later, maybe when the spectators were satisfied with what they were seeing, that was when, you know, PERE, in fact, I think it was even PERE that came all the way from his room because he had heard the noise. And then he had come to try to restrain Venita. And Venita was still, you know, insistent. She wanted to still continue. You know, and then some people were trying, one person, not even some people, one person was trying to hold Ilebaye. And guys, yeah, see, I must really commend Ilebaye for her self-control. Oh my God. Because I don't know what I would have done. I don't know what I would have done. I must really commend Ilebaye for her self-control, oh. Nah, that was crazy. Anyways, afterwards, Mercy was the one that was able to come and pull Venita out of that situation, took her to the toilet. Venita was crying, she was beating the wall and all, she was crying, she was frustrated, said she was so pissed. And I understand, guys, I understand. Now, she was claiming that she cares about Ilebaye so much and she's disappointed that Ilebaye, you know, would dish that kind of energy to her. But I was over here and I'm like, no, Venita, you pretend like you care about this girl, but in the real sense, all you've been doing in this house this week is trying to stifle this girl's voice, trying to shrink this girl's energy, trying to put her in a box, all because she's the youngest, all because she's 22. All in the guise of, oh, I care about you, I'm like your older sister, I'm like your aunt, so if I advise you, listen. That's what Venita has been trying to do all week. The first time she tried that, Mercy came to defend Ilebaye, and Mercy and Venita almost had an altercation. So Venita is quite sneaky, very, very manipulative. And I understand that it's her game and it's, wow, well played. But she's very, very sneaky. And I'm saying this for the sake of those people that were yapping their mouth last night that, oh, Ilebaye was doing too much. Ilebaye was not doing too much. Ilebaye was almost going to be erased from that house by Venita. But what she did was stand up for herself because, yes, she had to stand up for herself. Remember, in Big Brother's house, in that game, everybody is equal. Nobody is bigger or higher than the other. Outside, yes, there's a hierarchy. But in that house, everybody are equal contenders. Now, of all the housemates, it was only PERE and at some point Alex that gave Ilebaye a shoulder to cry on. Because I don't know, I don't think PERE was actually there when everything was happening, but as I said before, it seemed like an orchestrated gang up. So PERE was there for her, and at some point she couldn't hold back the tears and she broke down crying. And PERE and Alex consoled her. So I felt really bad. I felt really bad. And she was even really sad. She felt like maybe DOYIN had disowned her because at some point DOYIN kept quiet as well and was arranging wigs. And I'm like, DOYIN, this your friendship and care for Ilebaye, it's quite suspicious, right? But then I love what Doyin did. Later she went outside to go and talk to Neo, you know, for them to iron things out, and Neo was still sticking to his story of he never ever approached Ilebaye. But Ilebaye was spilling some things. She said that she has receipts, that the reason why Neo is really upset with her is because Neo sent her a DM, you know, wanting her to be there for him, blah, 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 and she was not there. And when, I think on Thursday during the pool party, that was his bone of contention with her, that, oh, when I needed you the most, you were not there, blah, blah, blah. And guys, there was also another funny moment when Neo was raking and ranting in the garden. He said something, is it by force? You want to be my girlfriend? Can you afford? I'm like, what did I just hear? Can Ilebaye afford? Afford what? Are you for sale? Can Ilebaye afford what? To take care of you? What are you? Are you a gigolo? You want to date a younger girl? Is she the one that's supposed to be paying your bills? Is she supposed to be paying you salary for dating her? What do you mean by can you afford? I don't get it. So guys, I was kind of confused. Now, in all of this, Ilebaye said things as well, but not unprovoked. She said things as well, but not unprovoked. Those housemates in that house, they knew why they were coming for that girl. And all she did was react. All she did was stand up for herself. I'm going to stop talking right here, right now, because I want to hear from all of you. So please go ahead, share with me your thoughts in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah. Have an amazing day. Bye.